Okay, so we can meditate together a little bit, few minutes, and then discuss some Dhamma. So find some comfortable position. Try to relax your body and also keep it straight. And you may relax the mind. Any tension, worries, thoughts, try to let go of it. And just pay attention on the present moment. What's happening right now? Some sounds, some bodily sensations, maybe even some smells, or even taste. So, all experience what's happening right now. Or even that fact that you hear some sounds as words and you understand them as some concept, some ideas. So these things also happening right now. Some sounds create some understanding in your mind. How is beautiful. Try to not to attach or identify with all of these things. Experience, thoughts, it just come and go. With this awareness, with kind of detachment, we can proceed to some Dhamma discussion. And the topic what naturally can be interesting to discuss, it may be detachment or renunciation, or like in Pali it's nekkhamma. And to understand this more, because sometimes when you hear the word renunciation, people may think it's just about monks, just about people who really go forth. And for me, as a person living with family in house, it's not like applicable. It's not my business. But interestingly, what suttas speak about this, and maybe to understand more what is renunciation, what is nekkhamma, what is detachment, we may understand the opposite. Opposite from renunciation would be sensuality, or sensual desires, or sensual pleasure. So all these things. To understand it deeper, we need to maybe watch our mind, how these things happening. And like one sutta in Anguttara Nikaya, Nibbedika Sutta, it's called. It says that mental, like sensuality or sensual pleasure, it's greedy or lustful intention. So things what are beautiful in the world, they may remain, they may be on their places. We don't need to remove some beautiful things, but we need to work with this attitude towards them, like our desire or our intention, our thoughts even, with desire, with greed, with lust, or with idea to get it or to hold it. So, and also, of course, like for when we work on this, like try to understand sensuality, try to understand absence of sensuality. It's no harm if we withdraw ourselves for some time. For example, when we on retreat, we don't have many beautiful, nice objects what usually we have in our home or whatever. And it's good to time after time to feel this kind of retreat, feel this distance from the object what can create some attraction. People of opposite gender, or like any kind of very tasty food, like what's maybe not so healthy but super tasty, all these kind of things what may trigger. Everyone have his own like package of what he like, and time after time be separate from these things. It's very good. But it's like this sutta says, explain to us that it's not that beautiful things are problem. Beautiful things are just there, and I mean we cannot avoid it. We go for a walk, we go to the work, we go to the shop, we go everywhere. We meet beautiful people, like attractive people. We cannot avoid these things forever. But if we understand that our attitude towards it, if we just take it as okay, it's come, it's this beautiful object come to the range of my eye, and I see some desire arise, some interest, I want this object be here, be mine, or something like this. I want to purchase this object, or I want to like be close to this person, whatever. So just notice what mind do, how mind react on this, and just maybe for a time being try to not follow straight away, not follow immediately, because usually we want something, we go for it. If we can, of course, if it's allowable, if we have enough money or whatever. But just even if it's allowable, if it's there, if it's like my favorite object, for example, I just look at it and just watch how my mind reacts to this, and these beautiful things, it's attractive color, beautiful taste, and so on. It may remain in the world. I don't have to throw it away. It's there. But I need to watch my mind, how my mind, which attitude I have to this. Like, of course, if I'm thirsty to drink something, like, no harm. But if I really have a strong craving for exact this color, exact this taste, and so on, I might watch it a little bit and, like, is it really what I want to develop? Because by follow our desires, by our whatever we like, we would never satisfy our, like, thirst for this kind of sensual pleasure, because it would be always not enough. Now I drink, after some time I want again, like after some time I want again, and maybe tomorrow I want again, if it's my favorite things, or tomorrow I like something else. But also this kind of wanting attitude and attachment attitude, this is not what really I would like to develop. And in one sutta, one householder came to Buddha, and he asked him, like, this renunciation and seclusion, I understand that it's good. Like, I heard many teachings, and not only Buddha, many other teachers say it's very good. But I don't understand why, how to incline my mind there. My mind's so accustomed to this sensual pleasure, and it's so beautiful, so nice. Yeah, theoretically I understand, but like, what to do? how to achieve it? And the Buddha answering that, yes, like it's really true that live in house and like daily be in touch with all these things what person who live in house have to in touch, and like not only that, like in any monastery you can see all these kind of modern things. We cannot avoid this, like technology and these things is coming. But he remembered himself when he was unenlightened person, bodhisattva. That time also these thoughts occurred to him that yes, I try to practice, this is very good, but it's very difficult to incline my mind there. So what I'm lacking, what I need to do? And his answer was that he don't really deeply understand the danger in sensual pleasure, and he don't deeply have a strong experience of like gratification or benefit of renunciation. So it's like they say when you teach a dog, for example, something, yeah, you need to beat it or punish it in a proper time if it did something wrong, and also give some good things, some food when dog follow your advice. So this kind of method give like something pleasant when it's like necessary, and to abstract or punish or like say that it's wrong to let it know. And this is very natural method. Yeah, we need to understand these things, and on the positive side, how to understand the gratification of renunciation. This is purely meditation practice, or any. It's not only sitting meditation. It may be walking meditation. It may be daily meditation. When you in your daily life try to interact, be aware, and be in present moment, and this already gives some pleasant, like joy. Being in present moment, you're not anymore overcome by thoughts, by worries, by all these kind of things. This itself like beneficial, and if person dwell more and more in this state, naturally he would withdraw himself from sensuality, because we need some joy, like human beings. Like, I mean, why even monks, why practice all these kind of things? Because of joy, because of like happiness of this life. It's not like we enjoy being happy. I mean, I think you saw like most of the monks, most of the old monks, they're happy. They're good practitioners. They enjoy this life. Not like someone punish them. Okay, you will be monk from now up to the death. It's joyful if you practice according to Buddha's teaching. If you practice properly, and of course, not only monks can do it. It's like the Dhamma is open. The practice is available. Monks only have more opportunities, more free for this activity, and. So this is one thing, to see gratification. But on another thing, to see the danger. And like, what's the danger? I would like to ask you. What's the danger in indulging in sensual pleasure? What's the danger in sensuality in general? Is there any danger? Or it's totally okay? Sensuality. No, not for monk, for layperson. What's the danger for layperson indulging in sensuality? Yeah. Yeah. So in the end, it's suffering. It has this pleasant taste from the first glue. Yeah, Buddha say you need to understand what's the benefit and what's the disadvantages. And Buddha doesn't say that sensual pleasure is everything bad. It's not true. We enjoy, like we taste something tasty and we feel joy. We see some pleasant form, we feel pleasure. But also we need to understand the danger in it. And like in another sutta, like it's a big sutta about like what's the gratification and what's the danger in sensual pleasure. And it says like give a whole list what's danger. And the danger is like he starts from the most simple. Like to get some sensual pleasure, we need to get some resources, some money in like these days. And to get some money, we need to work, and sometimes work hard. And I'm not sure that everyone who have a job really love this job. I mean, it's ideal, of course, to have the job what I love, but not everyone in the world really love. And even if I like my area where I work, for example, but still some part of this job not so pleasant. Like in general, I enjoy these things. Yeah, it's interesting to create. If I have some creation, like I design something, for example. Yeah, in general, these interesting things. But of course, every work requires some parts what you're not really happy to do. Sometimes you like to imagine things, but some part of your job you have to calculate how the cost of this imagination. So this maybe you don't like, but you have to do it. And all the other things, you have to endure all this unpleasantness what come together with this desire for sensual pleasure. And then another disadvantages, what Buddha say, when I work hard, like 1 month or a year and so on, but somehow I don't get any result. You know, sometimes it's happening. Many things in the world, like that creative idea, what I get, I start my business maybe or something like this, but then it didn't work. Like neighbor have a much better price or something like this, anything may happen. So then all my effort was in vain. Yeah, and this is no one like it. Yeah, people can have a strong depression and strong despair, like all these things, and to watch it closely, it's like strong desire to get it, to get the wealth, to get the sensual pleasure. This was the cause. Because if I, for example, don't have this strong desire, but I still do, I do my best, I do some activity, I do some work, but I don't strongly attach to the result. I don't like really, it's life and death real situations that I need to get this business run successfully. Even if I lost, I say, okay, I can learn something from these mistakes, and I can start again with something else. I don't have to really suffer, because this suffering comes from strong attachment to result. So another danger, what Buddha tells us, it's when we get, finally, we work hard, we get our gain, we have this like bank account or whatever it's now, or like some possession. But then we need to guard it, we need to protect it. You know, it's a huge area of business where people offer to other people how they can protect their property, how they can protect their bank account, money, whatever. So, because of course people like to steal it. I mean, there are people who interested in that to get someone else, because this is things what everyone like to enjoy the sensual pleasure. And that fact that I already suffer a lot. I went for a walk and few of my attempt was not successful, but now I gain finally things, and actually I should enjoy. But no, I not enjoy it. I have to like guard it and protect it. I just remember when I like in my youth bought first new car. It was like newly object and all family help and even like some bank and then it was really strong, like big effort. And you get it, you should be happy, yeah, like for sure. But then I had a very bad sleep, because I wake up and I check, oh, it's there, no, peek, you know, it's. So it's suffering really when you attach with the object, and when you cherish it, that it's treasure. It's like something would give you happiness, and without this object, I will be unhappy. If you have this attitude towards any object, of course, these things are change. Yeah, like even like okay, if no one steal it, like things change. Like something may happen, like rain or anything, like all huge of kind of disadvantages. Even if people have insurance, so like sometimes, even then, like to go through to this and to get your money from insurance, it's a lot of suffering. It's not so pleasant. So anyway, all these things to guard, to protect your property, it involves some suffering if you attach to it. If you detach, if you take, okay, it makes sense to sign insurance and all like protect it and all these things, it makes sense. But if it happens, like it's just life. Just let go and go forth and find some other opportunity how to reach your goals. And next disadvantages, he say, like all the quarreling, all the fight, all the problems what people have, most of them, they have on account of like wealth or any kind of property or land or territory, all these wars what's happening now, yeah, like of course some idea behind, okay, I'm like this nationality, you are that nationality, I don't like you. This idea is also there. But most of them because of the political situation and like what they call it geolocation, you know, so some location more beneficial for my country to have access to ocean, for example, or to have access to some place or whatever. So many reasons like politicians have, but long story short, it's sensuality. We want to get more wealth in a way. We want like our country more prosperous, our family, all these things. And it may happen that like, for example, I have something, yeah, and another person don't have. He may feel envy or he feel like jealous, and on account of this, relationship can be broken. And in worst case, he may just like fight for this to get it from me. All these things, and to reflect on this, that again, it doesn't mean that I need to give everything to whoever come to me and say to me, "Oh, Bhante, I like this. Okay, take. Okay, take." I mean, it's ideal maybe. If you don't attach to anything, if you don't have a family to support, you may like really let go if person needs it more. But if you have some responsibility, some family and so on, Buddha does not encourage like us to give up everything at all. Like that my family would suffer and I don't have anything to eat. Just a good balance between dana, between supporting family. But the attitude is don't to be attached to whatever I have. Don't have this misperception that these things bring me ultimate happiness. To have these things, I will be happy. Without these things, I would suffer. A lot of things, when I first came to India, and I from Western country, you have strong belief that if you're wealthy, you are happy. If you're not wealthy, you're not happy. And all the beggars on the street in Russia, they're unhappy people, like they're really disgusting people and so on. But in India, it's somehow totally different. They have this, Asian happiness of being satisfied with sun on the sky, with a beautiful weather. Just like simple things. You don't have, and he's a beggar, he's really on the street, he asks money, but he always smile, he always happy. And even old people who have a lot of pain, for example, in body, still smile. There's no teeth there, but he smile. He very happy. And I was surprised, like, what's wrong with these people? They probably take some drugs, something like this. But then, like, stay more in this environment, I start to see that they really have a less attachment to the property, less attachment to the happiness come from wealth. Happiness can come from some different source, some like inner peace, inner harmony, or like many people just live in the street and practice under the tree and practice some meditation. And of course, people support them, give a little bit. Like how many really you need to eat every day? It's not so much. People can give simple food, just like simple rice. Again, I'm not encouraging you give only simple rice to us. But the thing is, like, we need to be content with whatever we accept, whatever we receive, whatever we have, and like to see the danger, to contemplate. Same as maybe you remember last time we discussed what's the disadvantages of whole eating process, like what's happening here inside, and it's not really so beautiful. And we tend to forget it. Same with this, with all sensual pleasure. We tend to forget that how many disadvantages it come together. It's like you purchase one pack, some little gratification, but the disadvantages much more bigger. And if we have a more letting go attitude and don't really attach with these things, we can get this kind of gratification, but disadvantages would be much less. So I wish all of you to learn how to have things, earn things, like do your best, support your family, but also don't really attach with all result what can bring.